Hi, hello, I'm Aubrey, and welcome to my little corner of the internet where there's not enough time for my time consuming hobbies. This is Joy Knits, and today I'm going to be talking about the rest of my winter plans. So, part of my winter plan started in December, but then goes up until February. And the reason why I didn't make one in December was there was a lot in December coming around, and I had so much yarn coming in that I wanted to talk about and wanted to make a separate video, even though I do have more yarn coming in, but this is what I want to be working on in the next couple of months. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I get into nursing school around April. I will know by the end of the month, middle of February, if I got in anywhere or if I have to redo my applications yet again. It's been a whole saga with that nursing school application stuff, but I kind of feel in like a nesting period, kind of. Want to get as much as I can off my needles up until April because nursing school is its own type of thing. All you do is nursing school and study for that. So I want to make sure I don't have as many projects on my needles, but also get everything off the needles or have some projects to work on throughout it. So yeah, this is kind of what this planning video is going to be. And I have a lot of plans on in my head to do in the next couple of months. So we'll see how many of those I get to. Realistically, it'll probably only be a couple, but a girl can dream, right? So I'm going to talk about what's currently on my needles that I'm working on. And one of them is I'm going to be introducing it for the first time on this podcast ish podcast channel. There we go. It's kind of a podcast. It's just a 2026 winter plan. Yeah, there we go. But first, I'm going to talk about a current test knit that I'm working on, which is the Semper Sweater 2.0 by Sophie from the Knit Pearl Girl. It is in this lovely little bag that I made a couple weeks ago. I just had some random fabric, and I really like when my project bags match the color of the project that I'm working on. And so it is a red slip or red sweater ish. And I really like the little knapsack bags for this, and you can obviously see that it is busting at the seams a little bit. The sweater is getting a bit too big for this bag. I didn't mean to make it so small, but the quilt star was really small, and when I first made it, I thought it was big enough. So this is my Semper sweater so far. It is a Knitting for Olive merino and soft silk mohair. The merino is held double, and it is on 4mm needles, and the ribbing is on 3mm needles. The neckline is a bit big for my liking, so I'm going to put some elastic in. That way it doesn't stretch as more than it already is. I really like the sleeves, and I really like the way I did the cuff. There's the double knitting edge on the cuff, which I'd never done before. Normally, I just go ahead and go right ahead with the tubular bind off or Italian bind off, whichever one it is. And I really like it. It gave a good, like not stretchy too much there. And I did the decreases for the arm, and then I did a couple more decreases just to cinch in the cuff a little bit more. I don't entirely like a big cuff, but I also don't like one that's too fitting, if you know what I mean. So that's the cuff, and it's got a really nice one stitch raglan here, which I really like. And I'm really liking the fit of this. I'll pop up a photo. I took one at work when I finished the body, and because I ran out of the yarn for the merino, double merino here, and I got what, like 6 inches maybe on the body done. And I only have one more ball left of the merino and 1.5 of the soft silk mohair. So I'm hoping to use up as much yarn as I have for that. And Sophie extended the deadline for this up until March, but I am planning to get it done this month, if not in a couple of days, because I'm bringing this to work on the body because it's just stockinette for the body at this point, and I love a good stockinette sweater. So yeah, and I got the majority of this body done the other night at work because there wasn't really much to do. So yeah, I just got that done, and I'm really excited for it. I've been needing a like burgundy simple sweater, or I've had this yarn for like a year at this point, and I need to get it on my needles again. Well, I put it on the Trine barber cord so I could try it on at work, and because I ran out of yarn, and that has happened twice now where I've run out of yarn at work, and I've gotten only a little bit through it. Last time it was I forgot to bring more mohair. I got one row in. One row of mohair is what I had left. And so then I was bored the rest of the night at work. What I what I do to keep my mind occupied because I work nights, and most of the time it's chill. We're not doing much, or there's a lot of downtime in between stuff to get done, cleaning up patients or answering call lights and stuff. Then I'm just sitting there, and I don't really want to be on my phone as much because I find that I don't like to be on TikTok currently. Um, if you've been keeping up with American news, then you know why I don't want to be on it much. It's just very down, like put me in dumps. But and then Instagram, I end up buying a lot of shit. Like Little Fiber Coat just released their winter pre-order, like their winter set pre-order stuff. And the color Winterberry is now available. It's really light purple. And I ordered fiber, two of the little hanks, and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna make with it when I spin it up, but I love purple as well, like that light purple. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm not sure what I want to make with it, but yeah, I spent money. And a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, I also spent money on yarn from Knit Picks with their luxury sale. Because one of my like winter plans upcoming year is a zipper sweater light, and I have the black merino, black, no, I think it's Peruvian Highland wool. Oh, sorry. Some yarn, and it's black, and I wanted the alpaca lace with it. And so the alpaca lace that I bought was pretty expensive, but now it was on a discount, and I got it, blah, blah, blah. So yes, it's not a good thing for me to not be doing something with my hands at work. So on to my next project after that crazy ramble. I'll do socks. So I just finished this pair of socks for my boyfriend Jacob. They're in Patton's Croy sock. No idea what the color is. You can check out my Ravelry page for these. I really like these. What am I even using? I don't know what pattern I'm using for this. If I figure it out, I will put it up here. It's a 64 stitch cuff, long foot, heel flap and gusset, and I decreased a little bit more for the gusset to get a tighter fit on the foot, and then just the normal decreases for the toes, and then Kitchener bind off here. I really like the stripes on this. Um, I don't know, I wanted something funky for him, not just black, not just blue, and it's really addicting to do these stripes actually, because it's one of those self-striping yarns. Oh my goodness, dropping everything. So this is kind of how I stained it up a little bit, but it's a little messy. And I cast on the new one. This is on 2.75 millimeter needles, the 2x2 cuff. I'm doing 20 rows for the cuff, and I'm trying to get these done as soon as possible because he's been asking for them for a couple of months. And yeah, so I want to get him these because it's really cold in our house. We have a older house, so it's cold, like I said, and he just needs some socks because he's always cold when he's just chilling around the house. But yeah, that's my other plan. Speaking of it being cold in the house, I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing today. So this is one of my recently finished objects. This is the Firth sweater by Rebecca Clow. I knit this wildly off gauge on 5 millimeter needles, size 1, with, I always get this mixed up. So the mohair, well, it's Surrey Lace by Fiber MacGyver in the color O, or One of a Kind, I believe. And then the main color, or the main yarn, was a worsted weight yarn, which is from Farmer's Daughter Fibers and Spin Cycle in the color York. and I got that at Fiber Festival. Or let me slow down. I got both of the yarns at Flock Fiber Festival because I wanted a chunky emerald green sweater. I really like it. The alpaca in here keeps it really warm. I'm glad I held it with an alpaca though, because the worsted weight one was 100% superwash, and I just got that the first day of Flock, and then I came home, knit up a sample of it, and I really did not like it. I kind of was disappointed that I spent that much money on that type of yarn. Um, I kind of feel like the yarn quality could have been better for the price, to be honest. Um, but it's my fault, 100% my fault that I picked a superwash yarn for it. I should have picked something else. Should have picked more of a wool yarn other than superwash or a natural yarn. But I found this mohair the next day at Fiber MacGyver, and thank goodness I went the next day because the first day was like chaotic and anxiety inducing. Like you couldn't really like enjoyably browse the booths. So yeah, that's what this is. I did the sleeve caps. I just followed the pattern for the size 1, but I don't really like the sleeves cap just because of how big my size or like my sweater is. I shouldn't have done the sleeve cap, the set-in sleeve shaping. Should have just done straight drop shoulder type of thing, straight knitting. Yeah, I really like it. It's keeping me warm today. A little hot. But on to my next one, and this is the first time I'm going to be showing it on my channel. It is a design I am working on, and it is this colorwork swatch. And I have a whole story about it, and I'll just show you it, and then I'll talk about it in my podcast that should be coming out next week. So this is my Monica sweater, loosely based on. Oh, there's threads everywhere. Loosely based on Monica Geller's sweater that she wears in Friends. I think it's like a season 4 something, but I changed the color work on this. Oh, it's actually so pretty. I haven't seen it like on camera with this new design. My, oh, you'll see that right here, there's something else here. It's like a cross type of thing. And there's red. Actually, let me just bring it down 1 second. So this was my original swatch for the Monica sweater. You can see that there is red details, the teal ones here, and then whatever this cross situation is. I knit the entire front, back, a little bit of the body, and then started halfway out down the sleeve. So I was on track to finish the sweater this month. And I was then looking at it while I was trying it on, and the thing with the cross is that for the even sizes that I was grading for, um, odd sizes is that the stitch pattern would kind of be off-centered a little bit, and then for the even sizes it would be centered, but you'd have to add half of it was a whole thing. So I didn't like it. I ripped it back. Also, after doing sweater surgery on the front and back to decrease the like length here, and yeah, it was a hot second. Ooh, yeah, but now she's fixed. Now she has a new stitch pattern, which I really like with this. Um, this is the only colorwork portion it has. It's going to be colorwork front and back, or colorwork flat, and it is knit in Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted. This is the color Peacoat. The main contrast color is Dove Heather, and then the teal is Fjord Heather. And honestly, with working up the pattern, I think I'm only going to use like maybe 10 grams of this in the whole sweater. There is not much used of it. I really like it so far. I just finished the front panel. Now I'm joining in the round for the body. I'm going to finish my ball of yarn and then start the sleeve. And then my plan is to add a little bit extra detail on the bottom of the sleeve. And yeah, is a drop shoulder construction, traditional drop shoulder, just back panel, just straight, and then you do short rows on the sleeve here, on the top shoulder, and then you do front panel, joining the round, all that jazz. hopefully that will be coming out this year because I've already, like, I'm actively writing the pattern as I'm working on this and actively grading it. Oh my god. The grading process is a pain in my frickin' ass. That's like the one thing that's been putting me off from designing for a hot minute is because of the grading stuff. But once I get into the groove of it, I can make it work. But yeah, and I already have yarn for a second sample. So my plan is to knit the next size up for me because this one is true to my bust size, like correlates to my bust size. But now the next one I'm going to knit is the one that I would knit if I were to knit this pattern myself or like buy this pattern from somebody else. And is in Knit Picks, Wool of the Andes Worsted, and the color chocolate is going to be the main color, and then almond is going to be the contrast color. And then I'm going to use Dove Heather for my, like with the Fjord Heather, that teal color is, so it's not going to be used much because I plan on using this in another sweater quantity. Yeah, I think it's gonna look really good. I don't have a brown sweater in my stash yet, but yeah, this is gonna be the next sample colors, which I think is gonna be really nice because then you see, excuse me, my intended color design, and then you see it in a more neutral color-ish, and the snowflakes are my favorite. Excuse me. But yes, that is one sweater. So I want to get the navy one done this winter, start writing up the pattern, try to get it as much done as possible, get it tech edited, get testers for it, knit up my second sample for it, and then post the pattern later this year, most likely. Um, Next, what else do we want to talk about? One thing that I'm going to be casting on fairly soon is, I believe it's going to be the Mixed Robe Cami by Florence Miller and Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino and the what color is this? Dusty Blue Whale color. I have 3 skeins of these, and I'm hoping to cast this on as soon as possible. That way, because I've seen it takes some people like a year to knit it, or a really long time versus their normal knitting speed, just because it's on very small needles and it's small yarn, and it's a tank top, so you would think it would go fast, but it's really not. And I'm going on a couple cruises this year, so I'm wanting something knitted that's going to be light-ish, and I kind of just want to get a head start on this. So that's one plan. The next plan is a pair of socks for my mom. This is Twisted Ambitions yarn. It is a very nice light blue speckled color. It is called Drops of Juniper and 75% superwash, 25% nylon. And then this is going to be the contrast color. I believe this is Gray Drizzle Fibers yarn. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, this is going to be her sock. And I think I'm going to knit Hermione's Everyday sock in this. So yeah, that's one plan. That's going to be done after I finish Jacob's socks. That way I only have like one sock on the needles at the time. Oh, I forgot to go over another whip. So this is my Arendelle pullover by Elise Knitwear. I haven't touched it in like a month and a half, 2 months maybe, because I've been focusing on the Monica sweater and the Semper sweater. But yeah, this is it so far. I really freaking like it. As soon as I am done with the sweater, the Semper sweater, I'm going to be starting to work on this again because I want to get this done as soon as possible since it is all over colorwork. So it's a pretty thick feeling sweater and it's a steeking sweater. And I have another design idea in my head that will kind of have almost the exact same construction as this bottom up steeking type of stuff. And I want to get this done so I can work on that. But yeah, this is the Arendelle pullover. The yarn I chose is really nice. So it is also, this is kind of what started like my Wool of the Andes obsession. So the cream is Wool of the Andes worsted, I believe in the color cream. So it's very yellow. I should have done the white. And then the contrast color is Koigu Origins Corydale in this really nice blue, slightly tonal, or it is a tonal, but slightly variegated blue. Yeah, I really like it. Hopefully I can get it done as soon as possible. That way, in case Jacob and I go skiing this season, I can wear it. Next, I'll talk about this. So this is Knit Picks palette, and in the color Semolina. And then this is Juniper Moon Farms Harriet Fine in the color 2055. And I am planning on holding these two together to make something out of it. I really like yellow. I love sunflowers. And I'm not entirely sure what I want to make with this because I meant for this yellow, the Knit Picks palette to be a more color match with the Harriet Fine, but it's going to be definitely like a melange sweater. And if I'm going to wear something yellow, I kind of want it to be a statement piece. So I'm kind of thinking sweater number 15 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, the all over cabled one, I believe. Or like I need it to be something statement, you know? So I think that might be my best option, but I need to swatch these up and see how much they marl. So yeah, that's one plan. Next, so this is a like far out stretch plan. This is again Knit Picks palette. I think this is Lavender Heather. It's the only light purple that they have. And then this is Little Fiber Co's Baby Sari Alpaca in some purple color. I don't remember what it is, but once I start working with this, then I will definitely remember. But yeah, I was gonna hold these two together, kind of the same like feeling as this, because the alpaca is so soft. And I'm kind of thinking of working on a simple sweater design with this one, but we will see. If not, it might become a Sandra pullover or just a regular drop shoulder or another sweater 15 depending on what I want to do with that. But yeah, that's the purple here. So next plan is I got this Yakshmere from my local yarn store, and this is brushed yak wool. It is 33% Tibetan yak, 33% merino wool, and 35% nylon in this really light gray color. And I have a bunch of this Dove Heather. I like a whole cone of it. And I was thinking of pairing these two together to make just, I think, an Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit is what I want to do. And yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. I did get this yak wool and some other blue color to do some mittens that I wanted to make, a design I was working on that will be the same design that I was thinking with the Arendelle pullover, that type of thing. I have like this whole series in my head that I want to make, but I'm not liking how it's working up, and I wasn't really in love with this yarn for that design, but I think I'm going to go with another yarn that I will get at a later date. Just because I have so many plans and I need to work through my yarn stash. That's one of my goals for this year before I buy more yarn. And it's going to be a hot minute before that design comes out because it's not even on my needles. So, yeah. But yeah, this is going to be the gray sweater, Ingrid sweater, I believe. And then, so I have recently gotten into spinning this year or last year. And I'm going to be participating in Andrea Mowry's Jaunty Shawl spin along this year. And I think we have a couple more months of it actually because it takes a while to spin up yarn and then you have to knit through all that yarn. And I'm actually really excited because my colors are both from Little Fiber Co. I've gotten a little obsessed this year in the color Pavlova and Brioche on 100% American Rambouillet. These are both 4 ounces. I've yet to spin this up. I just spun this up, and it is very much a fractal spin. It's really pretty. I'll put up a photo of what they looked together before I spun up pavlova, and I believe I got a worsted weight with this, and I haven't counted how many meters I have, but I think I might just go ahead. I won't do it, I believe, and just the fibers are everywhere. And I will just knit it up until I get half of the weight of this, so like 50 grams, and then I will start the decreases for that, whatever. But I was gonna go ahead and spin this up today, actually, or at least try to spin up most of it. And I think it's a good contrast together, especially because there's like hardly any white in here. So yeah, I think it's gonna be very nice. And I have like a little mini one because this was like two bobbins spin up together and then one had more, so then this is the mini one that I'll probably spin up first or work with first. But yeah, ooh, that is that plan. Last but not least, I am being ambitious and I want to start a sweater spin for this year. I got, yet again, Knit Picks, Wool of the Andes, unspun roving in the color Onyx Heather. So it is this very blue leaning dark gray, and I believe I got 5 of these, 5 or 6, and I am planning on making the prospect pullover or one of the sweaters from My Favorite Things Knitwear. Excuse me, I will put it up here during editing. Because I just wanted a dark textured knit for this, and I'm really excited for it. I'm going to finish my jaunty spin first, and then I will start doing this. And I will make a whole project vlog for this as well, so that there will be more information on that. Because I think it's going to take me a hot minute to spin through 5 of these. And these are it is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. I don't know entirely what weight I'm going to be able to get. I think I might be able to get a worsted weight or a sport weight. But like Ev from Knitting with Ev has said with her advent this year or this past year, oh my gosh, is that she wants to spin like a thinner weight, but then the fiber just wants to be a bulky weight or a worsted weight. So you can't really make the fiber be something it doesn't want to be. So yes, I will be spinning up whatever the fiber wants to become, and then I will knit it up into a sweater. So yeah, that's one of my, again, another goal for this year. Um, we can talk through goals. So one, I want to stash down. I have, here, let's just move this. I have all of that is with yarn. And I bought this bin a couple weeks ago. It's already full. Like, I'm so close to having to get another one because I am running out of space and these are all filled up to the brim. Kind of organized, but yeah, I need to get through that. That way the white one here can be my sweater bin stuff because, I'm getting a lot more yarn or I'm knitting through a lot more yarn that I have recently, so I need more space for my hand knits. And so then 2, the sweater spin and the Onyx Heather. It is a bit more blue than I was thinking. I wanted more of a dark gray, like, yeah, charcoal-ish gray, but it'll work. Totally fine with me. What else? What are my other goals? Oh, I want to publish one of my first designs, like actual published, tech edited, test knit, all that jazz. I would love that. And I would love to reach 100 subscribers on YouTube and get into nursing school, but that's besides the point. 100 subscribers. I'm currently, at the time of this video, or time of filming, I think I'm at 60, so I think it might be doable for the next couple of months. Again, this is just my little corner of the internet, and it's a knitting digital diary, basically. So if you'd like to follow along, I am so happy that you do. And this is just a side hobby of mine of filming and talking about my knitting, other than to my boyfriend and my mom and one of my coworkers. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. So what? That's 5. goals. We got stash down, spin up yarn for a sweater, so sweater spin, design and publish my first design. What else was it? Was that 3? Oh, 100 subscribers on YouTube. Well, we can make the whole year 300, maybe. I don't know. It's just on other people's things that they want to follow or not. I can't really help with that, but I will post more often. Oh yeah, 5. Get into more of a regular filming schedule, regular posting schedule. If I do get into nursing school around April, that might change a little bit, but then we will have a talk. Might just be tiny little podcasts, little updates, whatever. Yeah, that's actually all I had. So we had 5 goals for the year. We have all of my ideas that I want to get through, or my plans. How many is that? Sock, spin, spin, sweater, 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 other sweater, sock, other sweater. Oh my god, that's 10. 11. 11, because there's 2 sweaters on the floor there. Yeah, I only think a couple of those are going to get done. At least the ones that I'm currently working on, I'm hoping to get done. But the other ones, oh, the sweater spin? No. Okay, so we have 10. Sweater spin is a year-long plan. So yeah, that was my 10 plans for the year. Or, oh my gosh. Okay, so that was my 10 plans for the next couple of months. And if you liked this, give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below of if you have any of the same plans as me, or if you have other plans. I would love to know. You might honestly inspire me because I'm so gullible to inspiration. I have to stay off Instagram because of it. But yeah, I will talk to you guys next time and have a wonderful day. Bye.